Hello and welcome to yet another water drop video. My name is Tim Medeiros and I will be your host today to talk about locating sewer laterals from CCTV data using Info360 Asset. So who is this short video for? It's for PACP CCTV operators who are taking that tabular data and want to see it on the map. It's for field crews who want to know where those sometimes hidden laterals are or unknown laterals might be, since they're not owned by the utilities sometimes, where those are when they're doing excavation potentially, or GIS administrators who want to add tabular data to the map to make it visual to be seen by those field crews, for folks reviewing that CCTV data, again for 811 locates. If you're trying to find where is that sewer lateral that you don't want to borehole through, this can be important information that you'll need and that you can take from that CCTV inspection. Again, the workflow today is going to combine actually two tools, our own Info360 Asset and then Esri's ArcGIS Online or Enterprise dashboarding tool. So a little blend here today. So the workflow is going to start within our tool Info360 Asset. We're going to import CCTV data. Also look at then you can import and upload that CCTV data and store that within the cloud within Info360 Asset for easy access. Configure the map display there and then push this information to ArcGIS Online to make it more available for our field crews, GIS folks, operators, etc. And again, this is kind of an optional point. You don't have to do this in the dashboard. This could all be done within Info360 Asset, but it's nice to have the additional flexibility within a dashboard of configuring that web map, creating a dashboard fine-tuned towards a particular project, particular view that many more folks might need access to than who necessarily need Info360 Asset. We'll start within Info360 Asset for this workflow, and the first thing to do would be to upload new CCTV data. So easy to do. Take your tabular information from a particular PACP format, upload it here, drag and drop it, and then simply bring that tabular data, verify it within Info360 Asset, and tie it to GIS. The next thing to do would be to then upload your media information. So your videos, your pictures that correspond to that tabular data that you uploaded to Info360 Asset with that NASCO certified PACP database. So when you do that, you can edit this information still. You see this one's in review, you can score it, you can check for validations, etc. A lot of different things you can do in here, but you'll see Info360 Asset, when it takes these defects and it puts them on the map, you're really going to be looking for the overall CCTV score, the individual defect observation. So you can see I've got a map theme that's particularly interested in high-risk CCTV defects, things like cracks, actual breaks in the pipe, holes that might be visible. And I can shift on or off different backgrounds. You see here I've got some ArcGIS imagery in the background here. But if we want to do something a little more configurable, look at those specific defects or codes that were recorded for sewer laterals, this is where we might want to export out to ArcGIS Online. So to create the connection to ArcGIS Online, I'm going to come to my data tool here, come up to data export. At first would have to authenticate my ArcGIS Online connection through the admin portal here, but once that connection is created, I can simply do a new export. You can see I've already done this here, updated somewhat recently, and I can select what information do I want to publish out to ArcGIS Online. You can see I have a lot of options within the Info360 database, and then what layers do I actually want to export out to ArcGIS Online here. So you can see you can export out a lot of different features in different parts of Info360 Asset for further analysis, and again widening the range of this information to your ArcGIS Online site. Switching over to ArcGIS Online, you can now see the export that is now within ArcGIS Online. If I click on it, you can see the different layers, again, that I might have selected within Info360 Asset. Those different check marks have now become different layers within my feature layer within ArcGIS Online. And these can be configured. Probably the first place to start configuring these is within a normal web map within ArcGIS Online. So if I zoom in on this map, and maybe I'll turn off some other layers here that might get in the way, but if I zoom in on some of my pipes that have been CCTV'd here, you can see I've color coded and used ArcGIS Online to query the particular defect codes, starting with T, basically tap factory connections, tap factory access points, tap factory connections that might be broken, etc., and use those CCTV codes, which were just tabular data from that database that we upload to Info360 Asset, they've actually been geocoded to the map now as defects, and so I can get an idea for where those factory connections might be and might line up within my pipe here, and to visualize those on the map. So this is one way of looking at that information. Again, you could hand this to field operators and they'd have a better idea of how to avoid these factory connections out in the field, and maybe helpful for GIS folks to digitize these within Enterprise GIS. Taking the web map a step further, we can create an Esri dashboard to be shared within ArcGIS Online or ArcGIS Enterprise. This dashboard can be used for two high-level purposes. One is, again, for field crews to be able to more easily locate and digitize sewer laterals found via those CCTV video inspections. And the second purpose might be for management to better evaluate the progress of a 2024 CIP survey taken to better justify when to do certain CCTV inspections. So the first purpose, again, we can count how many sewer laterals were located based on CCTV data, how many of those were defective, further where we can see those individual items on the map here. So if I zoom in on a particular CCTV, I can see exactly where those tap connections were, what the specific code was for those, and again, I could bring this out into the field on a tablet or a small laptop. All right, and from a management perspective, if I want to look at the overall site here, I can see what inspections have been completed recently that were supposed to be completed within 12 months of my CIP date, within 2 years, etc. here with this nice infographic on the right. And further, this can actually be tied to field information as well. So if I zoom in on a particular pipe here, we can see that this inspection should be done within the next 12 months from when my CIP was done in 2024, but it is still incomplete. And if I had someone out in the field with their mobile device, they could go to that exact same pipe, click on it, see that it should be done, and it's on the 12-month cycle, it should be done. Notice that it's incomplete. Edit that, mark it complete or abandoned potentially, and mark the potential day it is done. Once that sync is complete, it should be immediately seen on the dashboard and shown on the graphic as well. All right, so in this video, we've shown one way to take that tabular information that's stored within GIS, CCTV databases, bring that into a cloud interface to easily distribute that information and bring it into a more accessible geographic map-based format as well for everyone from field crews to management. It's a great way to avoid sometimes what can be costly mistakes. Talk to utilities who have actually had these huge $1 million mistakes because they've hit a sewer lateral that during excavation they didn't realize was there. And again, in this video, we've shown that the analysis of Info360 Asset combined with the flexibility and configurability of those Esri dashboards makes for a great digital workflow for, again, folks that could be out in the field or in the office. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.